Let's take a look at constructing and/or scenarios in Power Query. We'll begin with a simple and a simple or scenario, but then move on to a more complex situation where we're using multiple and/or scenarios in combination with one another. Feel free to download this file from the link in the video description so you can follow along, or just open up the solution file and examine the finished queries. Now, at its core, an and or an or function allow you to make a decision based on some defined criteria. For example, using an and, we might want to locate every record where the inventory item is checkbook and it was sold by Seth. So in order to qualify, you have to be both of these things. Looking through my list, I can see an entry on row 13, another entry on row 32, and if I scroll all the way to the bottom, another entry on row 307. And is very restrictive in nature. You have to meet all the criteria in order to qualify. It's like winning a lottery ticket. You have to get every number right. So there are very few winners. If we were to switch the logic from and to or, then we want to see every record where the inventory is either checkbook or it was sold by Seth. So we can see in this list there are a lot of items being selected that are not checkbook, but any of those items are sold by Seth. Likewise, there are many entries sold by people other than Seth, but any non-Seth entry is going to have to be a checkbook. So if you're checkbook, I want it in the list. If you're Seth, I want it in the list. Or tends to be very forgiving. As long as you meet at least one of these criteria, you've got a hit. But what about selecting multiple inventory items along with multiple sales reps? Looking at this list, we can see we have a checkbook that was sold by Seth. But scrolling down, we also see there was a checkbook sold by Dina. So we want to see all the checkbooks if they were sold by Seth or Dina. But also notice we have a USB drive sold by Seth. Scrolling down, we can see there's some more USB drives sold by Seth, but also USB drives sold by Dina. So what we're really checking for here are two different inventory items paired with two different sales reps. You can be a USB drive or a checkbook, but you have to have been sold by Dina or Seth. So that's two ors coupled with an and. Lastly, instead of two ors coupled by an and, what about two ors coupled by another or? So we want to see anything sold that was a checkbook or a USB drive, or it was sold by Seth or Dina. So we're going to see many checkbooks and many USB drives selected in this that were sold by anybody. But we're also going to see many Seth and Dina entries that were not checkbooks or USB drives, like lamps or monitors. So now you can be either of these inventory items or either of these people. Let's see how to write all four of these in Power Query. Using our proper data table named Sales 2025, we'll go up to Data, From Table, or Range. Let's change the name of this query to AND version 1. Simple AND structures are very easy to create. If we wish to only see items that are checkbooks, we can go to the built-in filter dropdown, deselect everything, and reselect checkbook. So now we're looking at all the items that are checkbooks, and there are 34 records in this set, regardless of who it was sold by. But if I need to see checkbooks only sold by Seth, I'll go to the filter for sold by, deselect the list, reselect Seth, hit OK, and there are only 3 entries from the original 322 items in the list. Remember, with AND structures, there's always an expectation of very few hits, because like lottery tickets, you have to get every number right. Expanding the formula bar, we can see the M code where we're going through each row of the table, checking to see if the inventory item is checkbook, and checking to see if the sold by is Seth, and we have to meet both criteria. But what if we wanted to do this as an or instead of an and? In other words, I want to see all checkbooks regardless of who sold them, but also anything sold by Seth. You can't perform an or operation through the native interface of the GUI. So what we'll do is we'll go to our queries panel on the left. We'll duplicate this query, change the name to or version 1. I'll rehide my panel. And the only thing we have to do is go into the M code and change this and to an or. Make sure you don't accidentally select anything provided by the IntelliSense. So where we only had 3 hits with an and, we have 73 hits with an or.
I got hit in the head by 4 oars as our school's rowing team passed by.
One way to check this out is if I were to sort inventory item in ascending order, I can see all the checkbooks, but notice they were sold by any particular person. But once I get past checkbook, I'm looking at other things that were sold, but they were all sold by Seth. And we see that here in this column. So you could either be Seth or you could be a checkbook. Either one will qualify as a hit. But how about something a little more sophisticated? Let's go back to our query panel and take that AND query and duplicate it again. I'll rename this to AND version 2, and I'm going to delete that filtered rows step. In this case, I want to see all things sold that were checkbook or USB drive. Now we can do this through the GUI. So we can hit the drop down for the inventory item, clear the list, and recheck checkbook and USB drive. Hit OK. And if we look inside the M code, we'll go through each row checking to see if inventory item is equal to checkbook or inventory item is equal to USB drive. But it has to be sold by either Seth or Dina. So going to the sold by column, we'll hit the drop down, clear the list, we'll recheck Dina, recheck Seth, hit OK. The sold by entries are being governed by an OR because you can't be Dina and Seth at the same time, just like you can't be checkbook and USB drive at the same time. But the two ORs are being connected together with an AND. To see the results a little more easily, let's sort inventory item in ascending order. We can see that there are checkbooks and there are USB drives, but they had to have been sold by Dina or Seth. So back at our M code, you could be checkbook or USB drive, and you can be sold by Dina or Seth, but you have to be a checkbook sold by Dina or Seth, or a USB drive sold by Dina or Seth. So for our final example, what if I want to see checkbooks sold by anybody, USB drives sold by anybody, but I want to see every Dina sale and every Seth sale regardless of what they sold? Let's go to our query panel. We'll take this AND version 2, we'll duplicate it. We'll call this one OR version 2, hide our panel. And the only thing we have to do is we have to come in here and change this AND to an OR, because we can't do that through the GUI. Hit check. Now this is difficult to proof by eye when the list is scrambled like this. So let's sort by inventory item in ascending order. That's us recycling our previous entry. We can see all checkbooks regardless of who they were sold by. But the moment we cross into another category like glasses or lamps or model cars, it has to be Seth or Dina. And not until we get down to USB drive do we get to see other people who sold USB drives. But anything other than a USB drive or a checkbook has to have been sold by Seth or Dina. So my primary sort by inventory item, let's do a secondary sort ascending order by sold by. So now if I scroll into a non-checkbook entry, like lamps, you can see they're all Dinas, all Seths. Model cars, all Dinas, all Seths. But by the time we get into USB drive, any user, including Dina and Seth. Back at our original data set, here are the output of those 4 queries. The single AND entry yielded only 3 results because you had to be both checkbook and Seth. The single OR yielded 73 entries because these were all checkbooks regardless of who sold them and all items sold by Seth. Next, we had the multiple ORs under the control of an AND, and this yielded 18 entries because you had to be checkbook or USB drive, but it had to be sold by Seth or Dina. Sorting the list, we can see that it was all checkbook and USB drive entries, but only if it was sold by Dina or Seth. And then finally, the 2 OR scenarios under the control of another OR scenario. This yielded 119 entries. All checkbooks regardless of who sold them, anything sold by Seth or Dina, and then all USB drives regardless of who sold them. So that's creating simple and or scenarios, either individually or in combination. Feel free to download the starter file and this solution file from the link in the video description so you can go back and practice this without consequence. Thank you for watching, and remember at BCTI, the learning never stops.